Hi guys, this is a flip through of the Byzantine Tarot, a deck by John Matthews and Cilla Conway. It's a traditional tarot deck following a lot of the Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism. It's a simple box, nothing special about it. You got a nice book. It's actually quite comprehensive. If you want to leaf through it, we have a foreword by the two creators. Very interesting, very well researched. A few words about the major and minor arcana, and then we delve into each card. We have some information about why this image was chosen to represent, for example, the Fool. Sometimes it's from a specific artwork or a specific person in Byzantine history. Very, very interesting. And we got the significations, the keywords, everything that you might need. I really like this book. There's several spreads that we can dive into. And there is some changes, I have to tell you beforehand. They have assigned swords to the air element and wands or staffs, as they call them, to the fire element. No, wait, swords, they've assigned air to staffs and fire to swords. They're not the only ones who do it. It's just that it's a lot rarer to find that in tarot. That's the box from the inside. That's the back of the box. I'm turning it around so that it fits in the camera. You can pause to read before we look at the cards. What else have they changed? The order for justice and what's the other one? Strength is it follows the Marseille tradition, and also they've changed the names of some of the major arcana cards, but really it's actually the Greek word for the actual word. We'll see that as we go through. And this is the Fool. It's called the Holy Fool in here because, well, it's explained in the book. Here's the back of the cards, fully reversible. The Magus is the magician. It actually, magos means magician in Greek. It's a specific person from Byzantine history. I think it's called Celos or someone who dealt in magic, actually. The High Priestess is called Sophia, which is the concept of divine wisdom, God's wisdom, like Shekinah in the Hebrew tradition, I'm guessing. And you know, like in Constantinople and Istanbul, the temple of Hagia Sophia, that's like in her honor. The Empress, it's either Theodora or Irene. It's in the book, you will notice that. The Emperor, the inspiration from these pictures were either mosaics or paintings or icons or manuscripts. The Patriarch is the Pope for the Greek Orthodox people, and also the High Priest, I guess. The Lovers are the Lovers, no angel, but still. The Chariot is the charioteer. Actually, horse racing was a very popular sport during the Byzantine period. Justice is an angel. They do mention that the virtues personified is not a thing for the Orthodox Church. So they've tried to find similar angels that represent these values, like justice here. A Hermit. The Wheel. Fortitude rather than strength, but it's the same thing. The Hanged Man. Death is another interesting card. You can see the soul leaving the body, and here are the ancestors waiting to receive the new soul. Temperance, another angel. Diabolos means devil in Greek. The Tower is another interesting card. It's not a tower being struck down. It's a person on a tall tower. There used to be people who would isolate themselves on high pillars. The star is very typical scene from the Star of Bethlehem. There's the moon over a map of Istanbul, of Constantinople. The sun is a beautiful card. Judgment, again, you can see the souls ascending to the heavens, being received by angels, and some of them are being pulled down by demons. And cosmos means world in Greek. And you see this shape, very typical in iconography. This pisca something. It's like the cross section of two circles. I can't remember the technical term. Pisca something. Okay, here we go. Staffs now. Wands. Even though they've assigned the air element to the staffs, is pretty close. The meanings are pretty close to the Rider-Waite-Smith. They have a different color coding on the borders for each suit. Three of Staffs. It looks a bit like the Three of Coins, but it's actually the Three of Wands. Four of Staffs, you got the harvest, you got the gathering of people to celebrate, I guess. The Five of Staffs, so some court politics. Six, victory. Seven, strife, I guess. Then eight, again with the flying arrows. Even though there's just five of them, but there's more down here. The Nine of Staffs. And the 10. Here's the court cards. We got the page. We got a knight. And then we got the countess and the count. They sometimes associate the staffs with peasants or artists, I guess. We got the cups now. The cups were associated sometimes with clerics and emotion, of course. See, the significations are pretty similar. Even here, you got two upright cups, three down, even if it's two people. Choices. The Eight of Cups, it kind of feels like it's a divine urge to leave things behind. Nine of Cups. And a family in the Ten of Cups. We have the court cards. The swords, you see the fire element for the swords. Two swords. Still there's grief. There's rest. That one's pretty striking. As a slave, usually when I see the Five of Swords, I cannot tell who we are supposed to feel represented by. Usually it's the people who have lost. Here it's a lot cleaner. Leaving the Six of Swords. Seven of Swords, that's funny. That's the liquid fire, I guess it was called, Ironpir, which was a very special mixture that used to set enemy ships on fire. Very good. Eight of Swords. 9. And 10, I guess that's an alien invasion. Well, not alien, the Muslim invasion, Arab or Turkish. Here's the page. This is actually St. George, the Knight of Swords. Countess and Count of Swords. And finally, the coins, the traders. Here's the Three of Coins, another sort of, it feels more like trade than cooperation, but still. The Miser here in the 4. Pretty similar here, they are distributing bread to the poor. 7, also quite more optimistic than the thingy. 8, 9, That's a man, not a woman, which is weird, a choice, but anyway. And 10. Finally, the page, the knight, the countess, and the count. So this was the Byzantine Tarot. The cards are a bit larger than your average tarot cards. Here you can see them compared to the Golden Art Nouveau, which is the Lo Scarabeo size. And the US Games size is a bit wider, but other than that, again, not as wide as these. Anyway, any questions I have about this deck? I feel drawn to this deck because I'm from Greece, and you know, the Byzantine Empire. Greece was part of the Byzantine Empire for a very long time. Any questions I have, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.